Starting this week, every Afghan and American and British and European woman aged 12 and older is the war property of the victorious Taliban army. The war is now over. The armed victors are unopposed as they build their harems and their slave portfolios. They collect their property by going door to door across Afghanistan. At every home, they will be checking to see if every family is compliant with the new normal, which is Islamic military rule, Taliban style. The very first test is the X on every door. Every family with a woman aged 12 or older in the home is to have marked a visible X on their front door by orders of the Taliban. And this can make the collection of the war prize females faster, but every home will ultimately be searched for weapons and women, X or no X. Any family which fails to honestly mark their home according to Taliban law will be executed on the spot, the entire family. And families have been warned about this rule and other rules. Only full submission to Taliban orders is now acceptable. And of course, Islam means submission. And the Taliban is now the authority on all things Islamic. When soldiers collect these unmarried daughters according to Islamic law, in chapter 4 of the Quran, they can also take the father's wife if she looks valuable for them for the slave trade. Of course, the husband at that point must be murdered, at which point then the captive wife can be raped, then sold and killed, or used at the whim of the new owners. She's a war trophy at that point. But the most harsh and immediate punishment is reserved for Afghans who have converted from Islam to Christianity. Taliban fighters seize smartphones and check them for Western phone numbers like mine, or Bible content like the Bible app that I have on my phone. And if found on the phone, the owner of that phone is killed on the spot. Again, according to instruction found in the Quran and the Hadith, here and here. But death can be meted out for arbitrary reasons also, really any reason. And this is why Afghan families tried so desperately to flee the country via the airport in Kabul last week, which was the only way out of the country because all border roads had been closed, and they still are. Families not willing to surrender their daughters and their wives to Taliban harems are trying now to melt into the harsh Afghan mountains as winter begins to descend on the land. They leave home with whatever they can carry. Exactly what happens next will happen in a blackout. Internet communication will be disabled in approximately 24 hours from the time I'm recording this. Now, I will report on what I hear to those who hit the notification bell. But in the meantime, what can you learn from the Afghani migrants who may be being resettled into your neighborhood by Tony Blinken? Have you checked this out? You really should check this out. I'm Jeffrey Botkin.